Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. Today we're going to be starting a new game. We're going to be playing as the Soviet Union. This will be my first ever playthrough of the Soviet Union, but we're going to do Ironman, historical AI focuses, and we're going to try and do a World War II Soviet Union, so I don't want to divulge too far from the historical sort of fight. I don't want to go to war early with Poland, Russia. I don't want to do anything like that. We're going to try and go down the normal Stalin path. It'll be my first time dealing with the Purge system, which I know some people are a fan of, some people aren't, so we'll see how this goes. So we're going to start by just sorting out the industry. Got to get trains, always an important one, just stick a factory on from the start. And what have we got? Planes. I like to put them all up into one group. Okay, so we have a lot of mills to assign, so let's just make sure we're topped up on guns, artillery. Maybe we'll actually just make sure it's guns, artillery like that. There we go. And this is outdated, but it's already partially produced, so we'll just continue producing that. And we'll just basically tell all the dockyards to, as soon as they're completed, to shift down to the next line. And we have civilian economy, so the debuffs to building railways and stuff, we're just going to try and build up infrastructure. So we've gone around and we've built up infrastructure, or we're going to build infrastructure in all the zones which have resources. Once obviously then we'll get off civilian economy, we'll start to build on top of those zones and take advantage of that quicker building time, but also those resources that we'll then have more of, so we can trade them for more factories. And also, for example, getting oil, because we know we'll need that later in the game. Okay. Just continue to sort out our troops. When we get them, put them on one giant fallback line, and then we're going to shift click them so they'll train to level 3. Just that'll give us some ticking army XP and make sure they're all level 3. Okay, so Turkey has seized control of the Bosphorus, so we're going to mobilise against them. That will send them an event where they can either reject, sort of allow us access to the Bosphorus Strait, or they can reject that and be close to war with us. But as it's historical, they should just let us have access to the Bosphorus. Okay, where do we go now? Okay, this is just building up the guys in the east. I don't think I care about that too much. The rest is about trying to bring people into the fold. Okay, looking at these, it does take some time between focuses, so I think we just want to rush down all the Purge focuses as fast as possible, so then the Purge doesn't last as long and we can get out of that as soon as possible. Okay, so what we're going to do is we've now made this 10 width division. We're going to change over all of our troops to that 10 width division, which will just, that'll give us loads more manpower, equipment, basically everything back that's not needed. And these guys will be used to just boost our troop numbers, but also just they'll be good holding divisions later when we maybe add some shovels to them. They should just be able to do some damage and maybe hold some of those early tiles in the war. Because like I said, I want it to be a little bit more realistic. I don't want to just have an overwhelming military that's going to try and crush the Germans straight away. Also, I don't know if I can afford that straight away. You probably can, knowing this game and playing as such a big major power, but I want to try and just deal with it as it comes. Okay, so we continue down the Purge focuses. Continue down the Purge focuses. So this will continue to. So that's going to add a trial actually, which is unavoidable. So we will lose some people. Okay, we've got this NKVD guy who basically you can't get rid of him, and he always adds an extra tick to the weekly purge rate. Who do we want here? Captain of Industry, just so we can keep boosting our industry, build it faster. Okay, here's the trial. Oh, so we don't even get choices with these trials, but we reduce the paranoia by 50, but we lose, is that 5 people? So that's a mixture, I think, of military and political advisors that we just lose access to. So now we need to wait 175 days until we can go on to the next one. So we'll continue down these 2 to the side while we wait for that. So this decreases paranoia by 20. We have no paranoia just because of the last trial, but then actually we're gaining 2%, so we'll be about 20 by the time that we complete that. So we'll just clear any anything straight off there. Okay, so Spanish Civil War started. We were able to send 6 divisions. These are just some guys with artillery in them. So first thing we're going to try and push to Bilbao, see if we can relieve these encircled troops here. Now we are double combating one of them, so that should be good. It should help us push through, although they have been pushed back to one tile. The aim of the Civil War is you want to try and save as many Republican divisions as possible if you want to win it. I don't know if I'll go as far to fully win it, just because I don't know if I 100% want the puppet state, I think, which you get if you ultimately win the war for them. Yeah, might as well embargo Italy, gain 2% stability, why not? We're not trying to ally them. Okay, once again, we'll continue down this to modify the Politburo. We got a little achievement for embargo in Italy. That must be a new thing then, because I haven't actually seen that option before, unless it's just something that's so attached to majors, because I don't really play majors too much. But there we go, we're going to try and keep sticking around, see if we can take Pamplona and maybe liberate these Republicans before they get killed off. I don't know if we'll be able to, because they're actually holding the mountains quite well, and there's all the debuffs for attacking in the Spanish Civil War. But we'll see if we can make it. Why not? Yeah, I think maybe we'll be better suited to going down and fighting by Madrid, maybe trying to cut them in half. So we'll railway them down there. And there we go, so we did manage to split them in half down there, just by pushing straight through. What do we have? We have 35 days until the next focus we can take. These are some of our 35-day focuses over here. Okay. Navy, Air Force. These are also 35 days, so let's get the infrastructure for free. That should help when we're building up. And with our volunteers, we're gonna now no, let's put them actually onto the northern tile. Let's go up there. And the aim will just be to try and kick them back, hopefully, to the river line. I mean, if we can encircle them, that would be great too. So we'll see if we can snake in up here. Okay, snake him around. There we go, can we cut him off, because we can double combat. And nice, they even retreated into the pocket, so there's a nice little pocket of 4 nationalist divisions, and now we can just try and crush them in that pocket. Luckily it looks like the Republicans are holding to the south of us, so we don't have to worry about them trying to break it out, and we've got the river line to help defend us there as well. Okay, so we can now do this anti-Trotsky at center. So yeah, that's going to increase us by 30 again, but I imagine it will also take us down by 50, although I don't know, because this is my first time ever using the purge mechanics, because I've never really played the Soviet Union. But yeah, on Facebook, where I post sometimes, someone commented about doing a Soviet Union run and seeing how I fared, and as I'd never done it, I was interested, so I decided to go for it. With that in mind, obviously if you are liking the videos, please leave a like, comment and subscribe, and let me know if there's any other challenges you want to see. I'm kind of open to playing any, so if you've got any mods as well, because I always do like a good mod, let me know. But yeah, we're going to continue to try and push here, take the supply hubs off them, because once we take the supply, they are cut off to the south here now, so we should hopefully just be able to crush these forces down here, and that'll be a bunch of nationalist forces that are just cut off and killed. Okay, can we split them in half again maybe? Lovely. Oh, gotta get guys in because they are trying to rush in. See if we can quickly railway our guys in there. Okay, that's not great. Can't get military access through Portugal either as a little get out of jail free card. Okay, we'll see if we can snake in behind and snake round to our troops. Oh, I think we might have just... Is that the glitch? The teleporting glitch? Where basically you can move into a tile without actually moving into it, so you can sort of jump straight over tiles. I think that might have been that. Or maybe we found a new glitch there, who knows? But yeah, we're going to keep trying to push in, push around Sevilla and see if we can just cut them completely off. And there we go, the Republicans are even snaking into them now and taking some of these empty tiles, which is great. Because once you can kick them back to 1 or 2 tiles and they've got nowhere to retreat, it just means you slowly de-organ. So they just can't keep up, because basically they're constantly losing their organisations, they're constantly under attack. So those guys will slowly die even if we have red bubbles, just because they'll start to run out of equipment, they'll start to run out of supply. Their organisation will just continue to go down as they're constantly in combat. Oh, a Spanish gold reserve event. So this is an event where you could potentially steal away their gold reserves if it comes fully to us. And I guess we'll do that. We'll forge the reports so we can try and lower our paranoia. Because I don't want any more purge events. I don't know how bad they get, to be fair, when you're just over 25, but I want to make sure that we don't get any, because I want to try and save as many generals and maybe Chiefs of Navy, although they're less important, but obviously the generals is the guys you really want to be saving during this, and any good political advisors, to be fair. Okay, so we could do this, but that would mean that the Chinese would get a war goal on the Communist Chinese and would really screw up a historical game, so we're just going to tell them no, and there they formed the Chinese United Front. And those 2 pockets down the south, we've got air up and over them, so 1 division left. And there we go. Okay, so we're going to try and cut them off again up here. Okay, we won't go for war economy because we'll actually lose 10 stability, which we just need stability at the moment. I mean, we're so low as it is. Okay, we're going to go heavy industry, get those extra civilian factories, just continue to try and build our economy as much as possible. And as you can see, our guys are getting a lot of good levels here. We got a level 4 there. All of them are level 3. I mean, I even sent them here when they were green, which I wouldn't advise doing. You should have trained them up before. But I kind of messed up and built the troops a little bit too early. And a little bit too late is what I mean. Here we go. So, siege Spanish gold reserves, which means for a year, for the cost of 25 political power, and for a year we get 15% less civilian factories being used on civilian goods, so it's just such a huge bonus to our industry. Okay, I think we've crushed the majority of the nationalist forces there, and the amount of Republicans we probably saved. yeah, we should take that deal with the Soviets. No, take that deal with the Germans for the German-Soviet trade, because it's just helpful for getting some more tank tech and tank research going. And we've built up a agency, so it's time to start looking at spies. You will need spies over in Mexico. I know that much, because that's where Trotsky fled to, where he had a mysterious incident with an ice pick, I believe, is what happened to him. But no, so we need to send an agent over there, because I know there's an event chain that you need to use an agent for, basically, to take out Trotsky, and then that will help, like, quite massively. I think you need to do it maybe for a focus, I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, anyway, we'll snake up here into some of this core territory of the nationalists, some of this heartland. We'll take their ports from them, try and just cut off this region. And obviously that will as well just mean they're further encircled. I realise I said I probably wasn't going to try and win the Spanish Civil War for the Republicans, but it's more about not having the puppet, because ultimately the nationalists don't really join the side of the war of the Germans. They help a little bit, but not massively, so it's not too much of an issue who wins, I guess, but I'm going to pull out in a second probably to try and avoid them becoming my puppet. And here we go, we're heading to another Great Purge. I think I will have to do an inspection of the Navy, and then we'll just have to kill some naval officers off, I think. I think you get options with these Purge events, from what I've seen. But yeah. Get more stability. Up to 61, that's quite a nice stability. Obviously we want to keep pushing it higher, but that'll do for now. Yeah, so we're going to have to do that top one to reduce paranoia. And I mean, to be fair, Soviet Navy, we don't need a Navy. It's all about the ground forces. But yeah, you can see that weekly gain's gone up to 3%. I think it'll even go up to 4% in a second. So yeah, just need to keep on top of that. Okay, there is no recall volunteers button. I must be getting fused with some sort of mod. But what we're going to do is we're just going to delete all these guys. They've got us, you know, 100, I think maybe 200 army XP during the time that they were there. We'll bring back our... Yeah, we'll just bring back everything. Maybe the nationalists will pull it back out of the bag. We're just going to leave it up to them now. I mean, we did kill a few of the German volunteers, so they'll probably have to send some more if they want them. But, yeah, we'll see what they can do. I mean, we may have just run it for the Republicans pretty much. Okay, so behead the snake there, which I think that's about... That unlocks the missions to kill Trotsky, which then might remove a debuff from us. Because I think you get the debuff the Trotsky lot. And then we'll just continue down. Yeah, let's get the soft attack one, because we will probably need that and we want to keep up with those techs. Okay, raid Trotsky's villa, 60 days. Okay, so it's deadly, so there's a large chance that we'll get captured on that one. This one's longer but has a good chance. I don't think we're in any rush to remove him because it's only 1937. So we'll do that one, so then in mid-1938 we should have rid of Trotsky if everything goes well. Okay, and we'll get passive defense. Oh, okay. So they're making plans to overtake the capital. So yeah, we'll just do the one that purges a bunch of people again. I think it purged the leader of the NKVD. Okay. There we go, another bunch of people that have just been killed, and there's not really much you can do about them. I don't know if there's a way you can change who would be on those chopping blocks, or if it's just always going to be them. I don't know, let me know in the comments if you know the answer to that. I assume it's fairly scripted and it's just always going to be them, but who really knows? Okay. And there we go, Paranoia is no longer active, so it looks like we completed the Great Purge. And I don't think it was that bad. We should still have a fair few generals. Okay, so now we're going to go for claims in the Baltic. So this will allow us to send ultimatums to the Baltic nations. And hopefully they'll just submit, as they should historically, and they'll be ours. Oh, I completely forgot about this event. It's the Japanese have sent forces to our border, so you're going to have a border war that starts and you get 6 units in a border war. So I'm just going to send 6 of my best units over there, railroad them, hopefully they'll get somewhat near in time. Maybe they'll be able to get into the battle, but likely I think because I've left it undefended, the Japanese will probably win the border incident. And now we'll click secure Leningrad, so we'll start to go for Finland, hopefully. Okay, and let's look. Here's the automated decisions. I didn't know if it just sent them out automatically, but no, they've turned into decisions. So we'll go for Latvia first to split them in the middle. And they hopefully should accept. And the border war's about to start as well. How far have our troops got? They are getting close. They're at Manchukuo, although going around that might be the bit that changes it. That might just be a step too far. Okay, the border war has kicked off. You can see there the little symbol for it come up, and the little battle's taking place. We have 0 because we don't have any guys in the battle. Latvia submitted. Oh. Well, we won. So we won the border war. I don't exactly know how. Just looks like our guys managed to march in there, and the moment they got it, even if they railroaded in, they just won. But we'll send them back now because we don't need them over there. And we'll continue to build up political power and try and integrate some of these nations. Okay. Now we send it to Estonia, and we'll front line against them. Cool. And we've almost actually got the war goal on Finland, so what we're going to do is we're going to send everyone from that army just to line up on the border, and these guys should be able to hold and probably try and sort of churn through their troops. Estonia's come into the fold as well, and we're going to then send some guys to Leningrad and some guys just there, and these will be our main pushing divisions, while the others just trying to hold the border and rush into the gaps that we create. Okay, let's go for it. I want to make sure he has his Winter Expert, and in they push. So they're rejected, here we go. Okay, so immediately, even without any control, my guys are snaking right round him. That's great. And we'll continue to try and snake along the railway lines and see if we can just run and grab Helsinki. And we'll quickly throw our planes up as well in eastern Finland just to try and help our guys with the initial breakthrough. And then hopefully they should just be able to charge in unopposed almost. Okay, they are holding, so let's take one guy. He's going to try and grab up some of these other VPs and supply hubs. I mean, we've absolutely just broken through. I don't even know if they had Sisu or anything in effect, but they should historically, but man, we've just absolutely swamped them. So we'll just encircle Helsinki, and I wonder if we can get the capitulation. No, there's the event. We'll hold the event, see if maybe we can just take them out. before it fires. We've taken Helsinki. How long do we have on it? We have 7 days. 6, 5. Come on, surely. We've taken literally every part of them. Okay, we will have to make a decision. We're gonna go, we do need all of Finland. And there we go, the peace literally came the second I clicked that. So I don't know if I even needed to click the event, or I could have just let it time out by a couple more hours and we would have won. So close. So close to winning it in the war before the event. Okay, and there we go. So we took Karelia, which is the main part, and then we've puppeted Finland. Now, that obviously is divulged away from historical, but I mean, if we're going to be able to push in that easily, why shouldn't we? We didn't even have tanks. And I mean, look, it's still 1939. Okay. Yeah, non-aggression with Turkey. I mean, they shouldn't come in on us, but let's just make sure. And we'll go to integrate Lithuania as well. And here we go, 1st September, 3rd September, so the Germans have gone in. And yeah, that is quite the blitzkrieg against the Polish. Now hopefully we should get our half of it, because they did do Molotov-Ribbentrop, so hopefully they honour it, or we will have a very early war. Okay, there's Warsaw. Warsaw's holding a little bit, but I mean, it's only been it's been less than a month, so I think Poland's pretty much done for. Okay, where do we want to go next? Yeah, claims on Bessarabia. Let's hope they give it to us. Okay, so yeah, Poland capitulated. Are they going to give us our claims? Germany honours the pact. Perfect. There we go. So we get half of Poland. Which, yep, that should be nice. And we'll continue to build up our industry. We're going to build it up a little bit further back. Make sure it's not in that early stages. And we'll shift click all of those infrastructure to the bottom. Okay, here we go. Lining up against the Romanians. They did accept Bessarabia, so we're just going to draw a nice little border for ourselves right on the front line, and this is going to use all those NKVD divisions that I made, and they're just going to see how well they hold against the Germans when they initially come in, while our other troops are more our better equipped infantry is going to try and actually hold a bit more of the line. No, I don't want a railway. Where are we looking for? Do we begin the Red Army focuses? Try and get rid of some of these debuffs? I mean, that one we need to be a war force and maybe not. Okay, industry. They're not too bad up there. A lot of industry focuses. Yeah, we'll go to armament production because we're just about to start building loads of mills. So that 10% buff for building military factories will just be really handy as we try and mass produce and build up, because we want a heavy industry obviously to start getting tanks online, to maybe get some planes going, and just to keep up with probably the amount of infantry equipment and other things that we're going to need, like artillery. There we go. We'll send the almost done ones up to the top just so they can be finished off first. Okay, keep researching stuff for our tanks. We're going with a medium tank designer as well, because that's what we're looking to produce. We're going to be producing some T-34s, and we'll hopefully have a good battalion of them that should be our main driving force for pushing through and trying to circle the Germans. Okay. So we've continued down there, got the best we can, and we're going to now start to deal with some of our army buffs. It's August 1940, so we've got about a year until we're really expecting the Germans to come in. We've pulled some guys back, as you can see, to the marsh line. Hopefully they can hold that and they'll dig in a little bit. They do now have shovels in their divisions, they should be entrenching. And yeah, we now have this tank division that we're going to put some support artillery in, motorized recon, signals, and hopefully that will do us quite well. I don't often play around with tanks, so actually tank designing is not a strong suit of mine. I don't know the full metas, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, we're going to send a nice little lend-lease to Communist China. Not that we need to, but we have a lot of old equipment, outdated equipment that we don't really need to use. I mean, we're building a load more with our current industry as it is, so we'll send them some old rifles. We'll send them some captured rifles as well from some of the wars we fought. And let's start to sign the plane. Okay, we need to start working on heavy MGs, but for now we might as well get the design going with light machine guns. Actually, this isn't the right model, is it? No, that was just the regular one I was upgrading, so we need to go to the improved. And here we go, 4 light machine guns. 4 light machine guns, and let's get some. Which one's better? Which one's better? Small bomb locks. Let's go with those. Light MG defense turret, radio navigation, and bombing sights. And there we go. Make sure the design is on it, and we'll change the model so it looks a little bit nicer, rather than being like a little biplane. And we'll just shove loads of factories on that. So our overflow factories will just jump to that. And we'll grab a little bit more rubber than we need, because we know we'll need it on the planes. Menguko for some reason cares about what I'm doing in Communist China. I'm not going to listen to them. 5 political power hit. That's a really annoying thing that can happen, because they'll do that multiple times as well. Like, I don't get that event realistically. Like, just why would we ever listen to like a small puppet state of Japan? Okay, we're going to continue. We're going to try and convert into the better model. I don't know how this will reliability is high, got decent hardness, the armor 72. I think these stats should hopefully be quite nice. We will obviously upgrade it as time goes on, but hopefully they'll be good for the start of the war. Okay. Okay, maybe we start working down towards the Stalin line and getting those fortifications ready for when, well, hopefully we won't need them, but I do like to build up a bit of defence. Although first let's get some entrenchment actually, just on our troops, because hopefully those guys in the front can use it a bit better. So we are into 1941, so we are expecting the war to come. Yeah, of course we're taking on aggression with Japan, and we've got some spies in Germany, hopefully, that should help with a little bit to debuff them. And now we go for the Stalin line, so this is the Stalin line, it's this river line I believe here. And you hold the forward cities, so we'll try and hold Kiev and some of the other cities. Okay, Germany is coming in on us shortly. We've got our guys in the front line. They're not meant to fully hold, to be fair. They're meant to just slowly be pushed back. And there we go, as intended. All of them are in, so we'll whack them onto the front line and give them that just in case they get any opportunity for some planning bonuses. Although they do look like they will just be sort of slowly pushed back. But while they're being pushed back, we can at least scorched earth, take out these supply hubs, and just mean the Germans are going to expend a lot of equipment as they force these guys back, and they're going to continue to push into some very low supply zones. Oh, that state has nothing of supply, so okay. And there we go, get the little banners for scorched earth. There's always a little encirclement pocket in this bit of the mountains, basically, where the line holds a little bit stronger and the plains around just absolutely full. There's some of our tanks, they're just training up to get them all to level 3, hopefully they'll do well. Desperate measures, because we're now at war. And we continue to blow up these supply hubs, so the Germans cannot use them and they need to waste loads of industry trying to repair them all. So obviously we only do the ones in front of the Stalin line because it will just seriously screw up the supply of the Germans as they move in. And you've got to make sure you do this early while you still actually control the supply hubs. Because the second they fall into the German hands, you won't have the option anymore. But there we go, that should be all of them blown up. And now we just try and hold the line. Okay, we're not actually trading too well. I mean, this is just crappy filler inf, so we'll see what it does. Maybe the marshes will hold better because they'll be able to dig in more, and also some of these troops are falling back and being pushed back onto the marshland. Plus, this just simulates a bit more of that early war for Russia where they did just get absolutely pushed back by the Germans. Which I kind of like. Like I said, I don't want to just be overpowered straight from the off, have a really good army sat on the front line, they're just going to hold that front. I'm quite happy to fall back to the Stalin line and lose a bit of my land and then have to try and work and crush my way back. The same way you would if you were playing, you know, actual players or for the actual proper Soviet experience. Okay, we might try and hold some little enclave cities, so we might try and hold Minsk if we can. Although it's ahead of the line, we might just be able to put enough guys in there to help hold it. Maybe we hold the tiles around it like this. Just shove a bunch of guys on there, almost a full army. Okay, and they're pushing us back onto the marshes. We're having a couple of encirclements on these places, but they are actually on the fort tiles, so maybe they'll hold. Any buffs I can maybe give, just to give a little bit more defense. Don't know if we unlocked Order 267, no we didn't. Make sure we're getting all these buffs to our war support stability, anything we can, because we're now at war. Okay, and now I really hope the infantry I actually built on the Stalin line is going to hold, because if they just push straight across, then I might be quite done for. Although the river line should hopefully hold, but that bit by Vitebsk is really the weak point if they were to push through. Okay, it does look like we're just about holding. Gonna start sending loads of infantry into that Minsk area and to hold that line, because there's a fortress there as well. And probably start taking some of the inf to hold the marshes as well, and just see if more hold that. Okay, so yeah, they've pushed the river line and we are holding across the river. We're even holding a little bit in this marshland. We probably will rack up a lot of kills just because they'll have to try and break almost like an org wall of troops with shovels. And this just also is delaying and giving us time to get through some of these focuses to increase our army. And you can see there's a few supply issues going across the board, especially as they try and push into the marshland, where they don't have the supply hubs and we hold the outward supply hubs. But they are still slowly breaking us. It's just a grind sort of battle. Let's go send our tanks down and see if we can do anything maybe down south here in some of this more plain tile land. But yeah, we are just slowly losing the marshes. That line's holding okay. It's just given a little bit more time. Okay, let's see if we can push through, maybe just encircle a few forces here. This isn't meant to make or break the war, but we might just be able to sweep and take a few as we go. Okay, maybe instead if we hit on the side here and try and go around that way. We'll try and support attack in with the infantry across the river. There we go. That's some nice damage. Okay, are we making it or are they holding us? It looks like we might be holding. I mean, we are trying to push into an urban tile there, which is a little bit harder. Although we're having a little bit of a breakthrough. There we go, Menguko again asking us to remove our attaché. We're not going to do that. Okay, it does look like they're pinning us in place there. Yeah. So that attack pretty much fully faltered. Didn't actually make it through. Maybe I was underestimating how difficult this would be, and maybe I should have tried to hold the line a little bit more, because now we've just lost a lot of industry, given a lot of industry to the Germans, and we're in a much worse position. We've got these guys just holding just in front of the river, which is actually baiting the Germans into attacking us. So, I mean, we've got the manpower to expend, they don't so much, so let's just keep letting them try and kill themselves on this line. Maybe we'll send the tanks up there as well to try and reinforce and maybe help hold, but also see if we can maybe encircle after they've run out of juice from their attack. Here they go, railroading in. Yeah, I've never really built tanks on this scale. Normally don't make too many tanks in single player, so it's all quite new to me. So if these tanks aren't great, let me know. Let me know good sort of tank divisions, what I should really be aiming to put on them, and hopefully in future videos I'll be able to make some better ones. Okay, those guys are still holding that fort just there, which is great. And yeah, it just keeps the Germans attacking this little line. I think we keep trying to push out, but I'll hold that. It keeps getting close though to them taking it. Okay, are our guys going to be able to do anything over there? Let's see. Especially while they're low supply, we might as well give it a go and see what we can do, and just pushing it back for a moment. Okay, so we're at 10% towards capitulation, which isn't actually that much. But then again, if you've ever fought the Soviets, you know how long they can hold on for. Are we able to break any of these tiles here? I don't think so. No, they are holding us, which is not great. But, I mean, it's only 1942. I think we're just going to have to dig in, continue to build up, continue to get better tanks, and try and hold on for a little while, alone against the Germans in Europe. And hopefully our line will continue to hold. But yeah, if you want to continue to see how I do, see if I finally manage to make my counter-attack, leave a like, comment and subscribe, and be ready for the next video, which should be out soon. But yeah, just want to say thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.